After 10 years of trying to get pregnant, the woman finally got the great news. But her happiness was short-lived. The doctor looked straight into her eyes and said, "Ma'am, your baby has Down syndrome." Months later, she delivered the baby, and it was me, born completely normal and 100% healthy. Everyone said it was a miracle, and that's what my name means. Hi, I'm Nasa from Alabama. But before I continue my amazing story, click like and subscribe. My dad had a mechanics workshop, and I hardly saw him because he worked so much all the time. Even though Mom came from a rich background, she never helped Dad with money. Isn't that God's will? A man has to sweat and earn his bread and provide for his family. If you want to eat, you better put food on the table. Once when I was 3, Mom and I visited him at the workshop. He was fixing a car and asking me to hand him the plier. I didn't know what it was, so I just picked up the entire toolbox and put it in front of him. He was shocked.
How did you do that, Nasa?
Just like that, Daddy. It's easy.
Oh my God, you're so strong. Oh, my daughter. No, it's like you're my son.
Why are you looking so happy, idiot? I don't want a manly daughter. Girls are supposed to be delicate. This is what I get. After 10 years of waiting, I'm taking her to the doctor. The doctor said I was exceptionally strong because my muscle strength and testosterone levels were higher than most girls. But Mom just kept calling me a freak. She decided to leave me with Dad every day at work to help him make more money. 2 years later, Mom gave birth to my little sister, Ella, but she was born with the Down syndrome the doctors had predicted for me. The minute we saw Ella, Dad and I were in love with her, and we made sure she didn't feel different growing up. But Mom just couldn't stop complaining about us. Why is God so mad at me? First, you came out really weird. And now Ella? I must have done something terrible in my life that I'm getting punished for. She was trying to feed Ella as she whined non-stop. And suddenly, Ella spat out all the food on her face. Gosh, I love that kid. Mom also didn't allow us to watch YouTube videos because she said it was a sin to do anything fun. She blocked YouTube, but I found this amazing app called FireGuard. I took Ella to my room and we watched videos all night long. One day when I was at Dad's workshop, a bus suddenly stopped in front of us and a man jumped off.
Oh my God, girl, are you for real? You just lifted those big tires all by yourself? I'm already seeing you as an Olympic weightlifting champion.
The man introduced himself as a sports coach and asked me to join his school in California. He also gave Dad his card and said he'd be waiting for us to tell him when we could leave. Dad was so excited for me, and I felt like I'd just won the lottery. But when I told Mom, she flipped out. Are you crazy? I'm not trusting a stranger and leaving the place and the wealth God's given me here. No one is going anywhere. I was super bummed at Mom's reaction, but then little Ella came up to me with a solution.
What if Mom has nothing? Let's throw all her money away.
OMG, Ella, you're a genius. Yes, let's donate Mom's money to charity. I found a charity organization and filled out all the forms online. But suddenly, I started to lose my nerve. Maybe this isn't such a good idea, Ella. I don't think we should do this.
Oh, yes, we should.
With that, she clicked on enter, and in a second, Mom lost all her money. Even Dad's workshop was in her name, and it was gone. She threw the biggest tantrum ever and even threatened the organization to return her money, but they refused, and there was nothing she could do about it. Angry and frustrated, she finally agreed to the last option, going to Cali, and she never knew it was us. When we got there, the coach showed us a small house for rent. He also assured us that he'd get special scholarships for Ella and me, and we'd be going to the same school. How can you be happy about this, Nasa? You know how Ella is. What am I supposed to do? Go to school with her and guard her from the bullies? You don't need to do that, Mom. I'll handle it. She's mine. On the first day of school, I dropped Ella in her classroom. When I entered mine, I saw no teacher there, but a girl was catwalking in front of everyone. As I tried to slide past her, she stepped on my foot with her pointed heels. I yelped in pain, but she started yelling at me instead of saying sorry. You idiot. Why did you bomb my show? I was rehearsing for the beauty pageant contest. Oh, your show? I thought this was a classroom, not a stage. Well, you thought wrong. I'm the queen of the school, and I make the rules. And I say the whole world's my stage. Wow, she seemed crazy and really full of herself. Later that day, Ella and I were eating lunch in the cafeteria when Ancy came over and said we were sitting at her table. Just then she saw Ella and she started laughing. Oh, you didn't say you have a sister? Well, I can see why. I mean, you must be so embarrassed by her. Shut up, Ancy, you're just embarrassing yourself. You can't talk to me like that. I told you, I'm the queen here, the hottest girl in school.
Why? Do you have a fever?
I think she does, Ella. Let's help her feel better. And with that, I threw a glass of ice-cold water in her face. The whole cafeteria burst into laughter while Ancy screamed and stormed off. So many people thought Ella was adorable and wanted to be friends with her. Meanwhile, I also started weightlifting practice, and the coach was stunned to see me lifting heavier weights than the boys on the team. One day when I came out of the gym, I saw Ella standing with a sad face outside the dance room. I asked her what had happened, and she cried out, I don't want to be here. These girls are mean. They don't want me on the team. I barged into the dance room, and I wasn't surprised to see Ancy there. Hey, why did you tell my sister she can't be on the dance team? What's wrong with her? What's wrong? Are you blind? It's obvious she can't do fast moves with us, and we don't have forever to teach her. Now be off with your dumb sister. I totally lost it. I walked over to their sound system, pushed over the big speakers, and wrenched out all the wires. As Ella and I walked out, she turned around and locked the door from the outside. That was an awesome moment, but we got caught and ended up in detention. And Mom went nuts when she found out. God, I knew this would happen. Ella is not like everyone, and she can't be with everyone. You were unkind to that girl, and that makes you two sinners. I'm going to go pray now. I don't want to go to hell with you. Our daughters are not unkind. I'm sure there was a good reason. But before he could finish, Mom just pushed him aside and stormed off. Mom is just terrible. The next day at school, I looked for Ella during recess and I couldn't find her anywhere. I was running all over the place, feeling panic rise inside. Where could she be? Just then, I spotted a grand piano in the corridor blocking the janitor's closet. As I stepped closer, I heard Ella crying out for help. Oh my God, Ella, I'm here. I'll get you out, sweetie. With one big push, I swept the piano out of the way and opened the door. Poor Ella came tumbling out in my arms, crying like crazy. Anthony told me to go inside. I was gonna destroy that witch. I stormed off to the dance room with Ella, and before I could get to Ancy, Ella ran straight at her, pushing her aside. They both landed on the floor, and just then a beam fell off the roof, exactly where Ancy was standing seconds ago. Oh my God, Ella had just saved Ancy.
I saw it was falling, so I...
How dare you touch me, you moron? I don't want your disease rubbing off on me. That was the last straw. I walked up to Ancy and gave her a hard slap. You're a heartless bully, Ancy. You think she's weaker than you, so you pick on her. But here she is saving your stupid butt after everything you've done. She's got more heart and strength than you ever will, and you could learn a thing or two from her. We all could, because Ella is freaking amazing. Just then, I turned to see lots of kids had followed us into the dance room, and they were all clapping and cheering for Ella. Everyone started to boo Ancy, and she ran off crying. When we got home, I couldn't wait to tell our parents what a hero Ella had been, but we found the two fighting loudly. I'm not putting up with your embarrassing daughters anymore. My church friends say they are weirdos. Do you know how that makes me feel? I'll stay, only if we give them up for adoption. Decide. That is the easiest decision I've ever had to make. You're a selfish,
horrible woman, and you don't know how to love anyone. So please, for the love of God, get out.
Wow, Dad finally spoke up. Mom shouted and cried, but Dad just threw her bags out on the street, and our lives at home became so much happier. The next day, when we were leaving school, Ancy suddenly leapt out from behind a tree and spat at Ella. I was about to attack her when suddenly a well-dressed man stepped in and grabbed Ancy's arm.
What did I just see, Ancy? I can't believe it. How could you be so cruel to this child? You're grounded for a very long time, and you're off the dance team.
Dad, you can't do that.
Keep talking, and I'll ask the principal to expel you myself. Apologize now.
Well, the queen bee finally bowed her head. Also, it turned out that Ancy's dad was a big-shot doctor, and he offered to take over all of Ella's medical bills and help out with any therapy she needed. When Mom heard that Ella wouldn't be expensive now, she contacted us by saying that she was sorry and she always knew we were special. But we told her to leave us alone. After a year of training, the coach said it was my time to shine. He entered me into many weightlifting competitions, and my medal collection has just begun. And I always have my biggest supporter cheering me on.